Good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, we are about to start the session. The PDF for today's session has already been uploaded on our Telegram group. You can download the PDF from there. So Vicky, Gautam Yadav, Mohit, Ajay, Kaveri, Vivek, good morning everyone. Chaliye, sufficient number of people have already joined us. Let's start the session. So I would like to tell you one thing in advance. In today's session, there was one news article on MSP, that is minimum support, you can say, price. Okay. Now, in today's session, I have included 5 past years prelims question related to MSP. Okay, so we should know what type of questions UPSC is asking, and MSP is one of the most important topics, like from your prelims as well as from your mains perspective. So it is really very important that we do cover that for your prelims as well as for your mains. MSP is the topic that you have to cover. Okay, I am expecting that you are doing your homework, so this is sort of a homework for you. Please do cover it wherever you are studying, in whichever institute you have taken admission, doesn't make any difference. So this is the topic that you have to refer here, and it is really very important for us. Okay, it is really very important for us. So this is the point. Just give me a minute, I am about to start. Just give me a minute. Hello. Hello. हाँ जी, अभी वो चल ही नहीं रहा, मतलब उसकी लाइट नहीं हुआ है। यूज ही नहीं कर पा रहे भाई, रेड लाइट ब्लिंक कर रही है, इंटरनेट चल नहीं रहा है। ये टेक्निकल टीम का मामला है। चलिए, so here we are about to start. Let's see what exactly is there for us in today's newspaper. Now first of all, we have to start it with this particular statement made by Margaret Thatcher. She is one of the, you can say, really very powerful women. So she said that disciplining yourself to do what you know is right and important, although difficult, is the high road to pride, self-esteem, and personal satisfaction. So you need to understand one thing: we have to be disciplined in our life. Okay, see why it is important, because everyone has 24 hours in a day. So it's up to you how you are using it. If you are disciplined, if you are organized, definitely your calculations will be good. And if your calculations are good, definitely you will be able to achieve your goals. Okay, because in this way, in an organized way, you will be able to channelize your energy. We have limited, you can say, energy within us. We have to be very cautious while using all these things. So we have to be disciplined about it. Now the problem is this: sometimes when we are disciplined, when we are punctual in our life, people may not like it. Okay, but you make them understand that okay, being disciplined is difficult, I am following a certain way of life, and it is my pride that I am fulfilling these things. Means in your discipline you will have a target, and to achieve that target you will make an effort. Okay, whether success will be there or not, but you will be a satisfied man, because whatever goal that you have made for yourself, you may be having a daily goal. Okay, that will bring satisfaction to you. That's really very important here. Okay, that will be part of your self esteem. This is what Margaret Thatcher has said. So there is no harm in becoming disciplined even in the UPSC preparation itself. If you are not disciplined, definitely things are going to be difficult. After getting into service, after selection, again discipline is very important. So this is how it is important to be disciplined, whether organization demands it or not. Definitely every organization demands that the employees should be disciplined. Okay, but doesn't make any difference. Even it is important for your own satisfaction. That's the message that she has given to us. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. We'll start this session here, and right, we have this first page. So 99% polling, and Murmu bags a few opposition votes. So this is how things are going on, and results will be out, and swearing in will be there on 25th of July. Okay, so this is the overall scenario right now. We already covered few things, that it's a, you can say, proportional representation and transferable vote. Okay, transferable vote, it means that on your you can say ballot box, you will be writing sequence, means first choice, second choice, like that. Okay, so in this will be, in this way you will be approaching this. Now this has been done, but there is some additional information that should be known to you. Okay, so constitution has provided some of the provisions to become a president. So constitution says that president shall not be a member of either house of parliament or house of state legislature. Okay, if any such person is elected as president, he is deemed to have vacated his seat in the house. As soon as he is selected as a president, that particular seat will be considered as vacant. Okay, president and is entitled to emolument, allowances, privileges that are determined by the parliament. Okay, so emolument, announcement means allowances, privileges, and all these things are decided by the parliament. Parliament can change them, but emolument and allowances cannot be diminished during his term of office. It can be changed, it can be increased, but it cannot be diminished. तनख्वाह घटाई नहीं जा सकती, तनख्वाह बढ़ाई जा सकती है. That's the point. Other important aspect is that during his, you can say, tenure, he enjoys personal immunity from legal liability. During his term of office, he is immune from any criminal proceedings. Okay, even in respect of his personal act. So criminal proceedings cannot be initiated against the president, even in the personal acts, not only just in official capacity. Okay, and however, after giving 2 months notice, civil proceedings can be instituted against him. Civil proceedings can be instituted, that also not in the official capacity, that also only in the personal capacity, if he has some personal dispute and all. So all these provisions are mentioned here. Okay, and you should know about them, because in prelims UPSC may be like, they may put all these things as a statement. 3-4 statements can be put, and then ABCD like options can be placed. So we need to know about all these things. So now we'll move to the next part, and here we have this news: second monkeypox case in Kerala. Okay, so this news is there. So there are few information that is important for you. First of all, monkeypox, it's a viral disease infection, and it is contagious. Humans can be affected. Okay, so there are 2 cases that are reported. It means humans are already being affected by that. There are some symptoms that are associated with it. So fever, muscle cramp, headache, chills, backache, excessive exhaustion. These are the common symptoms that are there. फीवर होगा, हेडेक होगा, ठंड लगेगी, क्रैम्प्स आएंगे, बैक एक भी हो सकता है, और एग्जॉस्टेड फील करोगे आप. Along with that, lymph nodes swelling behind the ear, below the jaw, throughout the neck. These are the additional symptoms of monkeypox. So with these symptoms, you can identify the person who has been infected, and definitely that person can be segregated or quarantined. Okay, so we need to know these things, because you need to understand, like UPSC did ask such type of question in 2014 and 15. But you never know, these can be brought back as statement based question. Okay, तो statement based करके आपसे सवाल बनाए जा सकते हैं. So we'll move to the next part, and here we have this news. On this page there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है. Directly we'll go to the editorial section. Okay, so today we have multiple editorials and few of them are very interesting, so we'll look into that. Now here we have this editorial, sharing power with the next generations. Okay, so this editorial is saying that present mess that you see around the world, they are saying that mess is primarily because of the old thought process. Okay, old thought process means that you take example of Putin, like he is quite old, Modi ji, okay, and you talk about Biden, and you talk about other leaders as well, they are quite old. So in this editorial they are saying that, okay, we have to understand one thing. At present, youth that is there, youth, what youth wants, that should be important. What youth wants, that should be important, and youth should be given a role in a decision making, even like not only just in domestic politics, in the international politics as well. And this particular person who is writing this editorial, he is of opinion that, okay, if youth is given chance, youth is more connected technologically, they are tech savvy, they have a new outlook, they have a new outlook towards the world, and that outlook will lead us to the peace. Okay, this is what this particular editorial is talking about. It is saying that we need to encourage the power sharing within the system. Okay, so intergenerational justice, this is what they are talking about. That by doing that we will be able to make this world more equitable and a better place. Okay, so here few things are being told, that after World War II and nuclear attack, new systems were established, new institutions were established. Okay, so we had a new breed of global institutions which you can say prevent the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. United Nations was formed, IMF was formed. Okay, like Security Council is there, World Bank is there, all these things were formed. Now the point is this, even like despite having all these arrangements, okay, even despite having all these arrangements, the the today's world is still in mess. Whatever arrangements that we had, still the system was at failure to stop Ukraine-Russia war. To stop Ukraine-Russia war, it means you need some new outlook, कुछ नया सोचने की जरूरत है. Okay, पुरानी चीज़ों से बात नहीं बन रही है. The old system, it is failing. India, Pakistan, the issues are still going on. Okay, and we have not been able to resolve the Kashmir issue even after 75 years of independence. It is still prolonging. This is what you can say the picture is about. So they are telling that we need a fresh concept, as the present power system that is there in the world, it fails to address these problems. It fails to address the global governance. Okay, so you require new ideas for global governance, and here is the new idea, that we need this concept of intergenerational justice. That, okay, make sure that even within the political establishment, youngsters, younger generation, they should have some say. Older people, they should not just listen to the youth. Youth should be an active participant. Youth should be an active participant. Okay, this is what is required at present. We have a lot of complex issues that are going on, and to resolve those complex issues, you need some out of the box thought process, new ideas, innovation. You have to move away from the standard arrangement that you have. Whatever was your standard, you can say, point of view, you have to move away from that, because your old thinking standard point of view is not resulting into anything. It is not able to resolve issues. That's the challenge. So stakeholders with conflicting needs must be aligned. This is what is required right now. And we can't approach with one size fit all approach. You will require different approach for different circumstances. One solution cannot be the solution for everything. This is the point. Your approach has to be different. This is what this editorial is talking about. Okay, this is what this editorial is talking about. Now there is next editorial which is quite interesting, and you can say, as I am working in an institute, so they are saying that 5-day work week might be fading away. So they are coming out with new ideas. The world is moving towards 4-day work week. Okay, that you will be working 4 days a week, 3 days will be off, and you will be spending time with your family, okay, etc. Isn't it good idea? So this is what they are debating here. And another important aspect is that if this new method, 4 days work week, is brought in, it will be beneficial for women as well. Okay, because like they will have more things to do, their responsibilities will be shared. This is how this debate is about. Okay, there are problems as well. So there are some studies that are coming up. Okay, uh, they are like these particular things. So the most recent and the widespread adoption of 4-day work week was a trial run by Microsoft in Japan. The trial was conducted with a typical 8-hour work for 4 days. Okay, and it was found that like it is appearing to be increasing the productivity. Okay, यहाँ से productivity आपकी increase हो रही है. So whosoever is running the institute or any organization, they can definitely look into this. So this might not be important for your, you can say, main GS paper, but specifically in GS paper 4, you can use it as a suggestion. Okay, you can use it as a suggestion. This is what you have to understand. Now the point is this: at one point productivity will be increased, and this has been proven right from the history as well. अब देखो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, IT industry, if you talk about Infosys, TCS, they all have 5 days work week. Okay, 5 दिन काम होता है, 2 दिन आप आराम करो. This was the arrangement. Now this was, you can say, there was in the past New Deal during the Great Depression. At that time as well, this formula was adopted and it was quite fruitful. Other important benefit it is going to bring is that it will facilitate employment. Okay, as employer will have to hire more people, और ज़्यादा जनता को उनको हायर करना पड़ेगा, more employment will be generated. So from that perspective as well, it is important, this particular development, having a 4 days work week. Okay, so employment perspective से भी important है. Yes, unemployment, you can say, is one of the major issue, and specifically in country like India. So all these things when we facilitate it. For women as well, for her career progression, this is a good thing. She can take care of her children and simultaneously she can work. So all these things are there. Okay, definitely there are some, you can say, professions where this formula might not work. Okay, but at least some try should be given to this. कुछ ना कुछ हमें ट्राई तो करना ही चाहिए. Okay, this is what this was about. So we'll move to the next editorial. Here we have the revolt that could turn into a revolution. Okay, so right now people of Sri Lanka, now the problem is that people of Sri Lanka, they have no trust, okay, on the establishment. They have no trust on the establishment. So this is really important. This is really important. When people, they don't have trust on establishment, there are chances that it may develop into anarchy. ये प्रॉब्लम होने का डर सबसे ज्यादा रहता है. Okay, that it may turn into anarchy. Now this is what is happening there. So you have to give confidence to the people of Sri Lanka that okay, the government of Sri Lanka is going to help them out. The miseries will be reduced. This particular new confidence, new engagement might require a new social contract. कुछ नया सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनाना पड़ेगा. ओके, कुछ आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोचना पड़ेगा. दिस इज व्हाट इट इज अबाउट. सो दे आर सेइंग दैट न्यू सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट माइट बी रिक्वायर्ड. Otherwise, people, the way they are doing, things are going to be messy. Revolution can come. Okay, so that revolution can be really very dangerous because people, like right now, they don't have jobs. This revolution, this protest can escalate to occupying the private property and demands for redistribution. This is where it is going to be very dangerous. Okay, if people who are struggling to make 3 times meal in Sri Lanka, they are facing multiple issues. If they start occupying the private property, किसी की private property को damage करना start कर दें, okay, then it is going to be very dangerous. So it can, you can say, disturb the overall system that we have established. पूरी दुनिया में जो system हमने बनाया है वो यहाँ पे disturb हो सकता है. Okay, that's why it is important that we deal with these type of issues, कि हमें इन चीज़ों के साथ जल्दी डील करने की ज़रूरत है. ओके, वी कांट बी सिटिंग देयर एंड वेटिंग फॉर थिंग्स टू हैपन. ऐसा बिल्कुल भी हम नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकते. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट इट इज़ अबाउट. ओके, सो विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट. आगे चलते हैं, देखते हैं और क्या है. So here we have another editorial which is talking about India's climate imperative. Okay, so they are saying that we have to deal with this climate change, and one of the solution that has been suggested to deal with this climate change is that we have to increase the resilience at multiple level, among people, among farmers, among infrastructure. Okay, even in the government policies, they also have to be really, you can say, looking into these particular things. So we need to come out with that arrangement. Okay, we need to come out with that arrangement. Now this editorial is saying few things, that okay, solution is climate resilience, but how you are going to establish this climate resilience system? So at present, you can say extreme events are increasing. So heat waves, their penetration is also increased. So heat waves are aggravated by deforestation, which is going on for industrialization, for road structure that we are constructing. Okay, land degradation is going on, forest fire cases are increasing. So you must have seen, it was there in the news, in European nations the forest fire was going on recently, it was there. Okay, then agriculture, like it is highly water intensive, so you have to be very, you can say, smart. We need smart agriculture at present time. We need technological intervention to improve the utility of water. आपको वेस्टेज को कम करना होगा. You have to reduce the wastage. Okay, this is what is required. So like we have to promote agriculture practices which are not water intensive, and to support afforestation that has a salutary effect on warming. आपको afforestation भी करना है. Okay, financial transfers can be targeted to help farmers plant trees, buy equipment. Funding is important. बिना पैसे के कुछ नहीं होगा. And funding we can arrange from developed nations. Okay, developed nations से भी हम funds arrange कर सकते हैं, and they also have to give. It is their duty, because in industrial revolution they have caused major pollution. पूरी दुनिया के अंदर pollution इन्होंने किया है. At that time no one was talking about pollution, but this is the historical act that they have done, and they cannot run away from this responsibility. यहाँ से वो भाग नहीं सकते. Okay, so we need to come out with that. You have to come out with the insurance schemes so that you can reduce the risk burden for farmers. Okay, ये भी करना पड़ेगा. So climate resilient agriculture calls for diversification. You need to promote multiple crops. You have to move away from monoculture. This is what is happening. Monoculture means that you are growing just single crop. Okay, now this is the problem. Talk about Haryana, Punjab. Like in winters, both the states will be growing wheat. In, you can say, summers, both will be growing rice. You have to promote multiculture. This is not the right strategy of following monoculture. That's the point. And we need more localized food production. Food production is there, okay. Weather based crop insurance would help. Then floods and storms, you have to check them, okay. Flood management should be strengthened. Right now there are floods going on in Assam. Again, Bihar was also not in good shape. So we need to work upon these areas. Okay, we need to work upon these areas. Proper land planning need to be carried out. These are the things that are required at present. Then for financing, we need to take assistance from international institutions, bodies like IMF, Asian Development Bank. Okay, as a part of your budget, we need to raise the disaster management budget to 2.5% of the GDP. And this is a challenge. Okay, this is a challenge because you cannot spend money on all things. Money can't be spent on all things. So this is the limited point we have to understand. Now small scale financing, again it has to be provided. Government, specifically the local government, Panchayati Raj, their role should also be explored. उनका भी role हमें यहाँ पे explore करना पड़ेगा. These are the things that are required. Okay, these are the things that are required. Now before moving to the next topic, I have to address one question. So Vicky Gautam Yadav is saying, sir, are we able to maintain ecological balance with gradual development? Somehow we are trying our level best. Okay, so answer lies in sustainable development. Why do we say that sustainable development karni hai? You earlier, like you have millennium development goal, so right now you have sustainable development goal. SDGs hai na hamare. Okay, so we are not undermining the development part. We will be doing it simultaneously. Other things are also to be done in parallel. That's the point here. Okay, so we'll move to the next question, next item here. So here we have this particular part of your explained portion, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, so the point is this. It was in news recently because two countries are also going to join it now. Okay, two new countries. So this was formed in 2001, Shanghai 5. So Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. These five countries, they form this type of organization. It has this role of security and economic, you can say, goals. So it looks into the overall security by cooperating with each other, and then and further you can say the economy role, aligning the economy, talking about development, etc., etc. Now this is really very important here. Okay, this organization, it can play a really important role. India is also part of this. India and Pakistan, they both joined this group in 2017. Other members are also interested in joining it. So here today, Iran and Belarus, they could be part of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And this is what is being going on. Okay, but there are few things that you have to look into. Now Belarus and Shanghai, Belarus and Iran, they are joining this. Okay, there are few other developments in the sense, Iran, now the leader of Iran has given a call for look east policy. Look east in the sense, instead of focusing on the west and the northern part, Iran wants to engage with the countries that are there on the eastern side of Iran. Now at one point they are talking about look east, but they are engaging with SCO. Okay, whether truly Iran is interested? Russia is at war. Russian economy is in mess. China is following a distance diplomacy. Distance diplomacy means China is openly not supporting Russia. They are keeping a distance. Even India is keeping a distance. No one wants to look closer to the aggressors. Okay, so here Russia was the aggressor, and no other country in this world wants to be shown as a friend of Russia. We are not criticizing Russia, but हम friendship भी नहीं दिखा रहे कि हाँ जी रशिया बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है. We are not saying anything like that. So these are the things that are happening, and when this is the environment, how can you be so sure that SCO will be able to achieve its goals? नहीं होगा ना. Yes, this organization did play some role, specifically resolving the bilateral issues, the boundary dispute that was prevalent among these countries. थोड़ा बहुत help किया है. But the paradox for India is now Belarus and Iran, they are also joining it. It is appearing that SCO may be emerging as an anti-West, you can say, group, where anti-West countries are together. Nut. But the problem is that India is a part of Quad as well, and we enjoy good relations with the Western countries. हमारी तो अच्छी बनती है. So these are the, you can say, difficult choices we have to make while being partner in SCO. थोड़ा difficult हमारे लिए होगा, but still we have to do it. This is what this whole thing was about. Okay, so SCO Secretariat, first of all, it is located in Beijing, and it has another, you can say, group called Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure. This is based in Tashkent. Okay, so this is your homework. You have to tell me Tashkent is in which particular country. Immediately do comment Tashkent कौन से country में पड़ता है. I hope you remember Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay, Lal Bahadur Shastri, he died in Tashkent. I hope you remember that. So in which country it is located? So this is what it was about. Now we'll move to the next part. आगे चलते हैं. So here we are moving towards this thing. Stalemate in India China talks continues. Both parties are saying that we will continue to engage, dialogue should be open, but still nothing is conclusive. चीजें कोई conclude नहीं हुई हैं. Okay, so this is what it is about. And next is Supreme Court to hear on July 21 plea to worship Shivling. Okay, so this is what is going on right now. Supreme Court will look into this. Now minority status in India is state dependent. This is what Supreme Court has said. Okay, so minorities, they can claim protection under Article 29 and 30. This is the provision that is there. Every person in India can be a minority in one state or other. This is what the court has said. So the court has said that minority status is a state dependent thing. Okay, it is a state dependent thing. Actually what has happened, it was reported that Hindu community is a minority in Ladakh, in Punjab, in Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, okay, and some other, you can say, states. So they were demanding that they should be allowed to run their institutions, or whatever protection that has been given in Article 29 or 30 should be given to them. And now court has said this, every person in India can be minority in one state or the other. That's why court has said that it is more of a state specific thing. That a majority, which is like Hinduism is a, Hindu people are majority like in the country. But in a particular state they can be minority. And as a minority they can exercise their rights. This is what this court has said. Okay. So this is what it was about, and other important news that we will be looking into is regarding the MSP. So a panel has been formed on MSP, natural farming, to look into the how things can be improved further. Okay, but important point that is there. First of all, like I'll discuss the prelims related questions here. Okay, all the prelims related questions will be discussed, and other point is this MSP. The questions have been asked in mains as well. Now, first of all, important point is this, why it is important. So you need to have some predictable, you can say, environment for farmer. Farmer, they might not be able to understand the international market scenario. Okay, so they need a security. They need a security and assurance that you should continue your farming. Otherwise, farmers, they will give up their farming. They will give up their farming. Now, if farmers, they will give up their farming, so there will be a food security crisis in India. India के अंदर food security crisis हो जाएगा. And when this food security crisis will be there, it means that we might have to import, you can say, food grains. This is going to be a major challenge for us. And here, MSP is a big help, because it gives assurance to the farmer that don't worry, whatever fluctuation that is there in the international market, you will be protected from that fluctuation. We will be providing this much, we will be procuring your produce at this particular price. हम आपका produce procure करेंगे इस particular price के ऊपर. So don't worry. So MSP is important for your food security. It is important for improving the income of farmer, and specifically it's a part of rural economy. Now if rural economy is booming, it will be beneficial for urban economy as well. Okay, this is the important part here. This is how things are interrelated, and this is how MSP is going to be a big help. So it is basically facilitating your economy, the economic scenario in your country. It is facilitating that. Okay, ये उस चीज को facilitate कर रहा है, ठीक है ना? So this is the important point. This is the important point here. Okay, now the point is this: what type of questions UPSC did ask? Okay, so I have just covered questions from 3 years prelims. In the past as well, multiple times questions have been asked on this particular topic. बहुत बार क्वेश्चन जो है वो पूछे गए हैं. Okay, so here we have this prelims 2018. Now it is saying consider the following. Okay, so here are some of the crops that are mentioned, and they are saying that Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has announced MSP. Now this is also important fact that should be known to you. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. My question is this: who heads the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs? Who is the head? Please do tell me. Please share it in the comment section. Okay, just that was the point. Now this is saying these particular crops are mentioned and MSP is announced for how many crops? This was the question. Now you should be knowing this. You should be able to eliminate few of the options. Elimination का आपके पास कुछ option होना चाहिए. Okay, so here we need to understand coffee is one such thing. Coffee is one such thing which is not, you can say MSP is not announced for coffee. If you are eliminating coffee, we will have only B option that is there. This is the only option which doesn't have coffee in it. So in this way we will be attempting this particular question. There could be another question that, okay, prelims 2019, economic cost of food grains to Food Corporation of India. Now Food Corporation of India do the procurement part. It does the procurement part. That economic cost of food grain to Food Corporation of India is minimum support price and bonus paid to the farmer, plus बोनस भी पे होता है, और उसके अलावा क्या होता है? ओके, उसके अलावा क्या होता है इसके अंदर? सो the calculation of MSP includes the procurement incidentals as well as the distribution cost. Okay, distribution cost as well as the procurement incidentals. Now these are a bit specific things. This is the complete explanation. So the economic cost, procurement cost आ गई, procurement price आ गई, और distribution cost आ गई. Now food grains, they are bought at a pre-announced MSP. Distribution cost include freight, handling charges, storage charges, losses during the transit, as well as the establishment cost. All these things are covered. ये सारी चीजें cover होती हैं. Storage charge, freight handling charge, transportation, all these things are included in the final, you can say, calculation of MSP. This thing should be known to you. Now this was the another type of question, prelims 2020. This question says that which of the following factor policies were affecting the price of rice in India? अब राइस का प्राइस कैसे इफेक्ट होता है? Can MSP affect the price of rice? MSP क्या राइस के प्राइस को अफेक्ट कर सकता है? Definitely yes. If MSP is increasing, the price of rice is going to increase. बिल्कुल वो increase हो जाएगा. Okay. Consumer subsidies, they also have impact on price of rice. उसका भी असर पड़ता है. So this is what you have to calculate. This is what you have to calculate. Now government's stockpiling, बिल्कुल उसका असर पड़ेगा. At a particular point there can be a chance where government may be procuring 1000 ton. Next year they may be procuring 900 ton. So how much they are procuring, how much they are storing, it has impact on pricing of rice. As well as the, you can say, government trading. Now government trading, does it has any impact? गवर्नमेंट अगर ट्रेड करती है तो उसका कुछ इंपैक्ट पड़ेगा? I don't think so. Okay, so the right answer is B. B is the right answer. Now there was another type of question in prelims 2020 itself, which was saying that which of the following can be considered as public investment in agriculture. भाई किसको हम investment बोलेंगे? Fixing the minimum support price for agricultural produce of all crops, is it the public investment? क्या हम इसे public investment बोलेंगे कि अगर हम MSP को अनाउंस कर रहे हैं, प्राइस फिक्स कर रहे हैं, is it termed as public investment? The answer is no. It is not public investment. So computerization of primary agriculture credit society, yes, you are adding some value to it. आप कोई asset create कर रहे हो इसके अंदर. Social capital development, yes, it is also there. Free electricity supply to farmer, बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो सकता, बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो सकता. So in this way C is the right answer. C is the right answer. This is what we have to understand. This type of question they are asking. Now there was another type of question which was there, again prelims 2020, which says that in case, like, consider the following statements. In case of all cereals, pulses, oil seeds, the procurement at MSP is unlimited any state. क्या प्रोक्योरमेंट एमएसपी का अनलिमिटेड हो सकता है? बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो सकता है. अनलिमिटेड कैसे होगा? किसी भी क्रॉप का अनलिमिटेड प्रोक्योरमेंट कैसे हो सकता है? यू हैव टू प्रोक्योर थिंग्स एज पर योर स्टॉक पाइलिंग कैपेसिटी. जितना वेयर हाउस में जाएगा उतना ही रहोगे ना. ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि सब कुछ ही आ जाए. सो दिस इज द पॉइंट. Other thing is that in case of cereal pulses, the MSP is fixed in any state at a level to which price will never rise. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. मार्केट प्राइस कैन इंक्रीज द MSP. दिस इज व्हाट इज देयर एट प्रेजेंट. आज की डेट में यही तो हो रहा है. वीट का प्राइस 40% तक इंक्रीज कर गया. इन इंटरनेशनल मार्केट इट इज वे बियॉन्ड दैट MSP. MSP से बहुत ज्यादा एक तरीके से इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में वीट का प्राइस है आज की डेट में. सो अगेन दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन दे आर आस्किंग. सो D is the right answer. In this way you have to carry out your preparation, and MSP is one such important topic, okay, which we have to cover here. Other than that there is nothing much on international page as well. Today there is nothing much, कुछ खास यहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा है. Okay, so there are few developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. People are saying that Russia might further increase the, you can say, pressure on Ukraine, means the war can this can be another phase of war. Okay, so these things are coming up. Some are saying that Russia wants ceasefire, वो शांति चाहते हैं. So these are the things that are there. Okay, so crypto law needs a global teamwork. This is what finance minister is talking about. Now the point is this: we need a crypto law, but that will be having just domestic application. Okay, but whenever you talk about cryptocurrency, it will be used across the world. It will be a global thing. So even if you are having a stringent legal arrangement, that is not sufficient. सिर्फ आप domestically चीज़ों को ठीक कर लोगे उतना काफ़ी नहीं होगा. Okay, so there have to be international cooperation. Then only we will be able to deal with this. This is the important point that you have to understand. Okay, so this is what we have in today's session. So that's it for the day then. Thank you very much.